What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the TCO Fantasy Football Show. Whoop! Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got another breaking news episode today. I really wanted to do a combine episode, but the NFL is just not letting me do that. They don't want me to make a combine episode, clearly, because people keep getting traded, people keep getting signed, and so much stuff keeps on happening. But we got a lot to talk about. Let's get right on into it. Alrighty, people, so crazy trade just went down. It is 2:39 p.m. on March 9th, Wednesday, and this trade happened 21 minutes ago. Carson Wentz is officially no longer on the Indianapolis Colts. He has been traded to the official Washington Commanders. Yes, the Washington Commanders. I almost said the Redskins. But the Washington Commanders. And this is a sort of a big trade for fantasy, but not really. I mean, everybody in Washington instantly gets a boost because Carson Wentz is better than Taylor Heinicke. And it might not be by much, but he is better than him. And we got to give him that. And that means Terry McLaurin's value is going to go up a little bit, which I am very happy about. I'm a really big Terry guy. I've always loved Terry. He is scary Terry. He is a G. Had him his rookie season. And I really like him. And his value's definitely going up. Definitely going up. Maybe only a little bit, but it's still going up. And all the pass catchers in Washington's value's going up. Terry, Curtis Samuel. There really aren't any more pass catchers there besides that. But those two's value are going up. And as well as Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissic if he resigns. Both of the running backs, their value's going to go up as well because now they have a competent quarterback that can hopefully spread the field a little bit. Maybe we could see Carson Wentz help JT out a little bit. Maybe he'll help Antonio Gibson out a little bit. And JT is the guy I want to talk about. I think this trade affects the Colts a lot more than it affects the Commanders. I think the Commanders didn't do much. I think they traded a bunch of second-rounders and third-rounders for just a little bit of a better quarterback. But the Colts are in a weird position, guys. You see, the Colts have one of the best defenses in the NFL, arguably, in my opinion, the best running back in the NFL, some young wide receiver talent, and no quarterback. No quarterback. And so it's very interesting that they make this trade because Carson Wentz isn't horrible. You can definitely go to the playoffs and somewhat compete with Carson Wentz, but I feel like the Colts want to make a big move here, and I feel like they're setting us up for them to get Deshaun Watson. Now, I know that it's all speculation. This is all going on in my head. Might not be true. But I don't see why they would trade Carson Wentz, a quarterback who's good enough to get you somewhere, for nothing. They just have a bunch of picks now. Maybe they draft a guy, but I doubt that they want to wait that long for somebody to turn into something really good. And so I'm thinking that maybe they take these picks that they just got from the Commanders, and they say, here you go, Texans, and here are some firsts. Please give us Deshaun Watson. We need him. And because I don't know. I don't think anything else makes sense. There's no reason for them to make this trade unless they're going to go and get a better quarterback. And that's really the only better quarterback they can get. What are they going to do? Trade for Mitchell Trubisky? They're not going to do that. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to draft a guy either. This isn't that type of team. They've had Phillip Rivers and they did draft Peyton Manning. But they've had Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett over the years and Carson Wentz. They haven't really ever drafted a quarterback recently. And so I'm thinking Deshaun Watson is going to the Colts. Hot take. I'm saying it. It is Wednesday at 2:42 p.m. and I'm saying Deshaun Watson is going to the Colts. That is what this trade means. In my speculation brain, that's what I'm thinking. And so for fantasy football, this is not a crazy trade, in my opinion. I don't think it's that big of a deal. A little bit of a big deal for the Commanders, but not a crazy big deal. And I don't know. I'm excited. Maybe Carson Wentz turns up a little bit. We said the same thing when he joined the Colts, but maybe he does a little good, and maybe it's a good situation for him. Maybe it's a good new fresh start with a fresh new team. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping Deshaun Watson goes to the Colts. That would be pretty darn awesome. So there were three big wide receivers in this year's free agency. We had Chris Godwin, we had Devontae Adams, and we had Mike Williams. We thought that these three guys were going to move, go and chase a bag, and go get some money. We were completely wrong. on all three. Everyone was wrong. People thought Davante Adams was going to go to the Raiders. He didn't. He's staying in Green Bay. Franchise tagged. Chris Godwin, same thing. We thought he might leave. Franchise tagged. Mike Williams signs a fat contract that's going to keep him there for the next couple years in Los Angeles, which it's like whatever, it's not, it doesn't help his value, it doesn't hurt his value, it's just going to stay the same. And I was really hoping to see these three guys leave and go change up their situation a little bit, but it looks like that's not happening. And Davante Adams staying is good for Davante Adams. That's the only person out of these three who I'm like, woohoo, okay. Davante Adams staying keeps him as a top 3 wide receiver, which is good for us for fantasy football. But Chris Godwin's in a bad situation, guys. Chris Godwin's in a really bad situation. It's him, Mike Evans, and a bunch of other guys underneath him. And who's their quarterback? Who is their quarterback? Kyle Trask? Kyle Trask? They can't get Russell Wilson. They can't get Carson Wentz. Maybe they'll go try and get Deshaun Watson. I doubt it. But this team's basically in rebuild mode, and it doesn't make much sense for them to franchise tag Chris Godwin, in my opinion. Like, this team doesn't make any sense, that the Tampa Bay Bucks right now. They are at a loss of words because they lost Tom Brady, and losing Tom Brady is like losing your whole team. They have a great defense. They have great running backs. They have great running backs right now. They might both leave at this moment, but they have good running backs at the moment. And Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are still there. And so they need a quarterback. And I guess they think Kyle Trask is the guy because they haven't made any moves. Free agency is next week, but what are they going to do? Bring Jameis Winston back? That's not going to change much. And I don't know. I really feel bad for Chris Godwin. I was really hoping he didn't get franchise tagged. I really wanted to see him move on and go somewhere else. And the next guy, Mike Williams. Mike Williams was also in that same type of situation. And I wanted Mike Williams to leave as well because this was a really bad free agency year. There weren't a lot of high-quality free agent wide receivers. And so Mike Williams was going to pull a good amount of money this year. And he might have ended up in a really good situation. I saw a lot of people saying he might go to the Chiefs, he might go to the Raiders, might go somewhere else. And there's a lot of teams that need big men wide receivers. And he stayed. He stayed. And I don't view him as anything higher than a low-end wide receiver 2 now, where he could have went and become a low-end wide receiver 1 in the right situation. But he likes Los Angeles, I guess. I guess he likes the Chargers, and he's staying, and there's nothing we can do about it besides watch him and draft him in the 9th round like we usually do and wait for him to have that one good game and then bust every other game. And that's all we can do. Mike Williams is done, and that was his last contract probably for his career. He's 28 years old. I think it was a 3 or 4 year deal. I'm not quite sure. But that's it for him. He's staying in the Chargers till he retires, and that's it. And yeah, I'm really sad about what happened with these 3 wide receivers. I was really hoping they were going to leave. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're going to have to deal with it. That's it. We're going to deal with it. And for fantasy, we're going to deal with it. Yeah, it's my new catchphrase. Deal with it. So that about sums it up for all the significant news I got to talk about. But there's also a lot of minor news I want to talk about. And the first thing I want to discuss is the fact that the New York Giants are trying to trade for big boy Mitch Trubisky right now. And I'm a little interested by that. They want to make it a little competition in the quarterback room, and I'm down for it. I am super down for it. I think Mitch deserves a second chance. We gave Sam Darnold a second chance. We gave Carson Wentz how many chances now? And I think it's time to give Mitch another chance. And I'm very excited to see that because Daniel Jones isn't great, and neither is Mitch, but I think Brian Daboll can fix both of them. Brian Daboll is the new coach for the New York Giants, if you did not know that. Now you do. And I don't know. I found that very interesting. It was something Adam Schefter tweeted, and it's not official by any means, and it still hasn't happened, but it's something that I found a little interesting that could happen. And another thing I want to talk about are the 2 tight ends that got franchise tagged Mike Gesicki, and Dalton Schultz. David Njoku also got franchise tagged, but I feel like he's kind of a lost cause at this point. But Mike Gesicki and Dalton Schultz are both low to mid-end tight end ones. And Mike Gesicki's a little bit lower. Dalton Schultz is more in the mid-tight end range. I'd put him at like 6, 7, somewhere around there. He did really good this past year. And it's not the greatest thing we wanted to see because I want to see these guys go out and get fat contracts. I want to see them go out and get paid. But it's the next best thing, you know. Dalton Schultz's value will probably go up slightly just because Amari Cooper is leaving, which I totally forgot to talk about. Oh my goodness, Amari Cooper is leaving the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but Amari Cooper's leaving the Cowboys. That's a serious big deal. I was going to talk about it in my other episode, but I totally forgot about it because it happened last week. And that's a big deal. People are saying he might go to the Dolphins or the Patriots, and I love it. I love it so much because I don't think he was getting the respect that he deserved in Dallas. I think Amari Cooper is a great wide receiver who they should have probably restructured his contract and paid him a little differently and kept him. That would have been the best situation, but they didn't. And now, if you want to go get somebody in your regular league or your dynasty league who's going to be a little bit of a lower value but could provide a higher return, it's Amari Cooper, guys. And it's pretty interesting because when Amari Cooper got traded from the Raiders to the Cowboys, he did really good in the beginning, and who says he can't do it again? And so, little tangent, let's go back to Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz value up, Amari Cooper value up, everybody's happy right now. And Mike Gesicki as well, another guy whose value doesn't really change much. He's just going to be the tight end one for the Dolphins. Woohoo, go team. But a very, 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 very deep sleeper for the Miami Dolphins, and that just got re-signed, and it went really under the radar because it was under the same day as Russell Wilson got traded. But Salvon Ahmed, a running back for the Miami Dolphins, probably like the second string or third string behind Myles Gaskin and Duke Johnson, he got re-signed. And I find it a little interesting just because he is a gadget type of player that Mike McDaniels likes. Like not going to say a Deebo Samuel type of player, but somebody who can catch and run the ball. So he's an interesting player. If you're in your dynasty league, because he's young, he's 23. If you're in your dynasty league and he's on the waivers, go pick him up. What's the worst that could happen? You got like 25 roster spots. You drop him at the beginning of the season. Who cares? Pick him up. It might be a very interesting pickup. And that about sums it up for the minor news, and yeah. So that's all the information I got for today, and I really hope that this is the last breaking news episode because I really want to talk about the Combine. There was so much interesting stuff that happened at the Combine, and knowing how the NFL works, there's probably just going to be more breaking news every single time, so maybe I'll have to hold off the breaking news till the end of the week so that we can get this darn Combine episode in, because I want to talk to you guys about it. I was talking about these rookies before, and I want to finish off my rookie conversation. And that's all we got for today. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. We're trying something new. We have a TikTok now. Oh yes, you need to follow it because I'm going to be posting on there just as much as I'm posting on YouTube, probably even more. I'm going to be trying to post something once a day, twice a day. Whenever something comes up, this is the first people who are going to see it, the TikTok people. Not the YouTube people, not the Instagram people, the TikTok people. Oh, and guess what? We're putting something else over here. We got Twitter now as well. So we got so much social media platform things going now, okay? That I gotta push it away, and I gotta make a graphic that I can put right here. But I'll do that for next episode. And so, follow the Twitter, follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram. I'm gonna put that there too. Might as well put it there, and it's gone. And so, yeah, follow the social medias, comment, like, subscribe. And once again, thank you guys for watching the TCO Fantasy Football Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody.